Hi, Next Change. Vivian here. I want to talk a little bit about life, and just how we live our lives and how we go through our journeys. And I want to say that life is really, it's like a book. You know, our lives as we walk every day is, we're living out our biography, you know. Really, that's what we're doing if you think about it. It's our book, and it's a biography, but even more than that, it's an autobiography because we're writing on the pages of the book. We're not on the outside looking in as a biographer does. We are actually writing it. We're putting pen to paper, and we're writing line upon line, precept upon precept. And sometimes we don't really realize that or take that into consideration because sometimes we just let the ink flow and the pages just flow without any type of co-creation or any intentionality. But this is our book. This is our autobiography, and we're writing it every day. And every day we have a chance to write something new, to change something, to erase something, to amend something. That's the beauty of it. That's the true beauty of it. And what I want to say is, and remind us all, is that there's always a next chapter. You know, Sometimes we get stuck. We get stuck on a page, and we can call that a rut, right? Or a bondage, or an addiction, or not knowing or being ignorant to a certain thing. And then we just become stuck. We can call it complacency. We can call it hopelessness. You have all those names for it, but it's really you just got stuck in a page. And the thing sometimes when we get stuck in the page of our writing, of our autobiography, we forget that there's always a next chapter. There's always a next chapter. So don't be hopeless and try not to be in despair about life. You know, there are some things in life that we may not like or we experience, but that doesn't mean that there's not going to be another chapter. So you look at life and you look at your personal goals and you look at what's going on and you say, okay, this is the chapter that I'm in, and be aware of what chapter you're in and what's going on with it. And then if there's people that you have to drop off along the way, you just know that it's time to turn the page. Or if there's a job that you're in and you've come to the end of the road with that job, sometimes it's just time for the next chapter. And the next chapter is as easy as turning the page. I did a video about seeing yourself as a new person in order to have a new experience. And you can't have a new experience being the same old person. Because when you create these patterns in your lives and these ruts, you just begin to do the same thing over and over and over and over and over. And there's not development in other areas, and especially those areas that you may really particularly want to or need to excel in. So remember, look at your life and take it maybe a little more seriously, and not to say that everything is urgent, but everything is important. So look at your life and look at the autobiography that you're writing. And is it what you want? Is it pleasing to you? How are you handling life? So it's not even just what you see on the outside around you. It's not just all the external things that you've accumulated. It's not just that. It's who are you as a person? Look inside yourself, and look at what you're writing. What's going on in your life. And if there are changes, you have the key. You're the author. You might not have full control of everything, but you have control of a lot of things. So be decisive, be intentional, and remember every day you're writing your autobiography. Look at it and see if it's something that's pleasing to you. This is Vivian from Next to Change, and remember, there's always a next chapter.